All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Revolutionary Girl Utena, episode 10. It is
All
a
right.
bittersweet victory. On the one hand, Saionji the bitch is gone.
Yay!
But yay! But on the other hand, it was
was
because
much
of machinations of the principal, the president, who is a real shitbag,
Boo.
and now made himself seem like the hero and the prince and so awesome and everything.
Yes.
Now, I cannot wait for Best Girl to then realize, you know what, my brother's a piece of shit, and then sick the elephants on him. Like, it's, yeah.
She has
But
that
until
power,
then.
canonically.
That's right.
But having Utena, not really being aware, but also continually falling back on her naivete about this whole ideal she's kind of crafted in her head, potentially intentionally manipulated from the recent stuff with the president, given that he's starting to maybe clue in that it was his actions maybe in the church that caused her to think this way. Maybe.
But at the same time, it might just be his own self-aggrandized view of himself, and actually, no, she does not really remember that much at all.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Either
knows?
way, it's a problem. It's a problem.
He's a bitch.
He's a bitch, and
Why couldn't that
he's
kangaroo have just
gotta
knocked his
go.
teeth out?
I mean, but then you wouldn't have gotten that episode.
Well, no, I know, but if it just, like, knocked his teeth out at the end and then that was the happy ending, you know? Right?
but then
Like
it
my
wouldn't
favorite
have been
episode
canon.
now, the happy ending of it, is the shitbag pulling an awesome.
Yeah. Revolutionary Girl Utena. So, y'all,
Yep.
without further ado, let's get into it.
It's about damn time!
The men can be punished for being assholes in this school? What?
いつかやるんじゃないかと思っていましたけど、本当にやっちゃうところが彼らしいというかなんというか。所詮奴は生徒会のピエロだったの。
Hey! That he
Hey.
did!
Buggy's a clown.
姫宮との交換日記か。わかった。俺が責任持って渡しておくよ。
すまない。最後まで迷惑をかけて。
気にするなよ。俺たちは親友だろ。
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I mean, let's be real. I don't have a problem with that. Like,
ひな鳥が生まれて
Jacob's like, I'm excited! Wait! What?
hang on.
卵は世界。
It's Smeagol in The Hobbit when he's, like, trying to think of the answer to the riddle.
You're just like, Hogwarts Legacy comes out! Ah!
Oh, yeah.
Hogwarts.
世界の果てから新たな手紙が届いた。
No!
決闘の日は近い。
順番からいけば次はトーガということになる。
If we follow the
トーガ
sequence.
先輩は傷が治っていません。僕が代わりに。ジュリさん
I
こ
mean,
そ
yeah,
引っ込んで
that
い
would
て
be
ください。
amazing.
何？
But, like, Utena's...
There's another duelist! Here it is!
そんなバカな。私たちやウテナの他にもまだ世界の果て
I mean, hey,
No, I have chosen!
Utena has won by sheer luck so far for the most part.
Wait,
Oh,
what the
あ
fuck?
なたのせいでお兄様は怪我したのよ。
hey, at least there's some equality with who's getting slapped, right?
どうしてあんたなんかのためにお兄様が傷つかなくちゃいけないの？
Oh, fuck, and because Utena likes him, she's actually gonna, like, self-internalize it.
ナナミ、
お兄様。
騒ぎ立てるほどの傷じゃない。それにレディの危機を救うのはナイトの務めだ。
God.
君が無事ならこっちはそれで満足だ。
許さない。
I want someone to shave his head.
私は
Yeah.
絶対許さないから。
Just right down the middle. Just
And
a
now he's
nice
like, oh,
strip.
good, yes, hmm.
やはり女の子は王子様にはなれないのでしょうか。どうしたんですか？元気ないですね。落ち込みたくもなるさ。僕をかばったせいで生徒会長は怪我をしたんだから。体の具合は大丈夫かしら。それは僕も心配なんだ。やっぱりちゃんとお見舞い行った方がいいよ。そうだ。もしかしてお腹空いてません？
Yes.
ありがとう。でも今はあんまり鍵
No,
が。
no, no,
No,
no. Actual
real
food.
food.
Yeah.
どういうことなの？
She's approaching it like a cat, though.
Yeah.
この子の名前。
Oh, okay, that's a separate thing.
Oh!
すると さっきの話は
Yes, the cat, not you.
ウテナ様
Sorry, she.
バラなら
Never
今
mind, I'm
は
not
た
gonna
く
make
さん
that
咲い
joke.
ていますから行かれるんでしょお見舞い花を贈られて嫌な気分になる人はまずいませんからありがとう
Bruh.
I mean, the cat wouldn't need all that milk.
トーガ様、お誕生日おめでとうございます。お
Oh.
めでとうございます。
お兄様
What?
お誕生日おめでとうございますなんですナナミその格好お兄様にこれ
Oh.
来た
Oh.
ありがとうナナミ最高のプレゼントだよ
お兄様はいつも優しく私を包んでくれた
Oh.
I had no idea that he burned that kitten alive.
いけませんお兄様傷に触ります
大丈夫体を動かしていないと
I'm
生って
doing
し
this
まうんだね
specifically outside her
今無理を
window
するとま
so
た
that
悪
she'll
くなっ
fight
てしまいます
instead.
He's dirty.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
お前の兄にはもしものことなどないそうだろ
キスは
Oh, God.
キスはしてくださらないのですか
するはずないよ子供じゃあるまいしびっくりしただろさもう寝るとしよう
Watch, he's still trying to manipulate her, but he's like, holy shit, actually, she does.
Right.
No, this is not.
Well, because, okay,
I-
there's a part of me that wonders now if, because he, like, puts up this front and all that. Oh, no.
でもパーティーなら会えるんじゃない
パーティー
今夜生徒会長の家であるのよ授業はサボってもそっちには顔出すんじゃないかな
誕生日おめでとうございますトーガ様これ私たち2人からのパーティーって誕生パーティーだったのか知りませんでしたか知ってたの
Chill?
そろそろ教えてくれてもいいだろう誰なんだ次のデュエリストというのは
おいおい
決闘の期日は明日の夜だ
安心しろ舞台は整っている
Yep.
いやー
And I
よく
command
来て
the
くれた
play.
ね
Yep.
それは
勘違いしないでくれよ僕のはお見舞いだからねまだ助けてもらったお礼してなかったから何がおかしいんだよ
いやしっけ断りを入れるところが君らしいと思ってね
バカにしてるね
いや君が来てくれただけで満足だよ
In my imaginings of how this would all work out, you
Right,
actually
right.
said something surprising, huh?
なんて浅ましい女
like show her affection in the way she wanted the previous night.
ナナミもうよせよ
お兄様もお兄様ですこいつはお兄様を傷つけたのよ違うあれはすべて西園寺先輩がお黙り
Huh?
言えばあんたがやめろ何するんだ
Oh.
あんたなんかにお兄様は絶対
Who are you talking to?
What? Nobody treats Auntie like an actual person.
Right. How foolish of me.
Yeah, no. How could they think they were talking about someone that's not a person, you know?
Right.
俺が甘やかしたせいかな自分で言うのもなんだけどナナミはお兄ちゃん子なところがあってね
And I definitely haven't intentionally tried to foster it so she would be my pawn later.
ダボハゼ同然
あれはやっぱり俺の誕生パーティーの時だナナミのやつ自分はプレゼントするものがないからって子猫を見つけてきてね
子猫
子猫はいつの間にかいなくなってしまったけれどあれが一番嬉しいプレゼントだ
Disappeared.
Yeah.
さっき私そびれて
I was half joking about the burning it alive thing.
But I think it was thrown into the river and drowned or something. Yep.
Yep.
こらよせよこいつ
猫はお嫌いですか
いやありがとう最高のプレゼントだよ
お兄様リンゴ取るの手伝って
後でね
ナナミ手が届かないよねえお兄様
うるさいな今この子と遊んでるんだ
ダメ
よせよふざけてるだけだろ
Oh shit! Did she get rid of the cat?
Yeah.
Because
Oh, damn.
she's so jealous.
Oh, my God.
What the hell?
No!
自分が何をしてるのか分かっているのか。
逃げたりしないでしょうね、店長さん。
Perfect.
騒ぎにな
There
れ
you go.
君だって
Damn
サ
it
イオンズみたいに退学にされてしまうんだぞ。
ナナミ、左手を出せ。
Yep. Boom.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Sanji's old ring.
おいで、ジュリアーノ。可愛いのなくてもいいってば。
ど
Yeah.
うしてもやるの？
Wait, she has a
目障りなのはあん
curved
たた
blade?
ち。いつもお兄様の周りをうろちょろと。
Cavalry saber.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's more of a saber.
気高き城のバラよ。私に眠るディオスの力よ。主に答えて、今こそ示せ。
世界を革命する力を。
Well, Utena has the range advantage because of the
Yep.
curved blade. Wait, she was wielding a two-handed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably just because she's smaller and she needs to
Oh,
wield
sure.
13
two-handed.
年間ずっとお兄様だけを見つめてきたのよ。お兄様のことなら何でも知ってる。もちろん剣の道のことも。
Oh,
いわば私の
this is his
武術はお兄
vengeance
様
on
の
her.
武術。
He's like, I know you drowned my cat,
私
you
の王様
bitch.
からもらったものだもん。
Yeah.
And he's just hated her ever
Oh,
since.
what's this?
勝負あったね。
Lucky we're cut.
Whoa!
Oh, okay.
いけません。
Alright.
ナナミさん、ルールは胸のバラを散らされたら負けです。
I mean, I guess she could disarm her of both of them, but...
Oh.
Okay.
あんたが悪いんだよ。私とお兄様の邪魔するから。ナナミ、勝つはお兄様。ナナミはまだ負けてなんかいません。
バカなやつ。ナナミ、もうお前が戦う必要なんてないんだ。お前は俺が守ってやる。
たまには兄貴らしいこともするんだね。
Yep.
乙女のピ
All
ンチ
in
を
plain view of you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
王子様の佐賀だね。こ
Yeah.
れでデータは揃った。ディオスの力、この俺が必ず手に入れてみせる。
Oh, because this is another way in which someone cheated after the Sanji incident.
Sure.
Well.
Yes, Nanami focus. You got it, Jacob.
I
You
got
what
it,
you
and
wanted.
yet it's not what I wanted.
And Nanami's a bitch.
No, I know, and we
Yeah,
knew that. We
and
knew
we knew
that.
that.
That was nothing new.
She's
got
a
the-
comedic character. She's a psycho character.
Mm-hmm.
She's a multi-dimensional complex character.
She's got
She's
the
kind of
trigger
a
happy slap hand. She's got the
Yep.
the brother complex whole thing.
Yep.
And she's now got the has drowned a kitten. But maybe okay. This could theoretically be a situation where because she was so young, she did not actually think that the kitten would die.
Oh, no,
and it's just I'm just gonna send it away. But then the thing opens
she
up, and then
knew.
she's like, oh shit.
She knew.
Yeah, no, she knew.
She knew.
Yeah.
No, I think that there's a point that's very important to get across here, is that the president is a piece of shit, right? There's a lot about his machinations and manipulations that are mostly inferred by the things that we are supposing in the context of what he's doing.
Right.
But
based on like the previous episode,
based
especially.
based on a couple things there. But then there's things that he's emphatically, like, definitively doing that are just awful, like Saionji burning the Himamiya thing there, which we, admitted, we actually are totally fine with that, even though that's a pretty shitty thing to do.
Right.
It's the point that when it comes to certain contexts here, these people do really shitty things to each other. But because everyone has kind of fucked up in the head in this show,
Yeah.
pretty much
let's be real.
everybody, either through trauma or through just kind of really, really messed up understandings about how to treat other people.
The only one that isn't is the one that has the least screen time, and that's Wakaba.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But to the varying degrees, there's an element of, we can kind of give everyone a little bit of a, not a pass, but kind of be like, it's the complexness of their character, and then it's the, no, you did it to an animal, you're a psychopath. Like that.
Well, yeah, that is kind of a double standard. Yeah.
It is a double standard, absolutely, but it's the thing I want to call out specifically because the show, I think, is trying to paint Nanami with that little bit of, like, duality, where it's the, okay, is she a victim of her brother's manipulations even back then? We don't know.
Potentially
Could be.
Yeah.
But also, we don't know back then whether her brother was intentionally trying to do that stuff.
Yep.
But here's the other thing. I would say in some level, it doesn't really matter whether he intended to do that. A lot of people will say, because of love, I did these things.
And it's like, whoa,
and it's the, yes, honey,
up.
the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah, the devil made me do it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm sorry.
You just you just did something really fucked. That's all there is to it.
But also, objectively, do you think that she wishes she could undo what she did back then?
Absolutely. And I think she started wishing that she could undo it right, like, a few seconds before it went down the little waterfall.
Yep,
like
almost immediately after.
I would not have been surprised if not for the fact that we haven't seen the kitten, so obviously the kitten isn't around anymore.
Yep.
I wouldn't have been surprised if she dove in after it to try and get it back. Like,
maybe.
Like, especially because, also, she's a little kid. She's not necessarily thinking through things very much, and kids can absolutely be vile. It's still a very fucked thing to do.
Yes, I would say
but it's different than if you do that when you're, like, grown up.
Totally. But I would say she's still of the age, basically, where she was old enough to know what she was doing.
Oh, absolutely.
And with that, it's the, yeah, Nanami... Yep. You need therapy, girl. Like, not just for the brother stuff, but like literally for the
that's
guilt and shame that you're probably feeling because you murdered something.
And
that
she still plays to those habits, even though she saw the result of that action and how much she ended up regretting the action, even if she didn't necessarily regret the result, although I get the feeling she did, because he ended up knowing what happened. She knew that he knew, right? Like that I feel like that, not concretely said, but it felt implied when
which part?
When he embraces her at the end of the episode and she apologizes, right? And he's like, it's all right.
No, I think you're reading way too much into that. There's nothing in there that's saying that that he knows, like, and how and what are you basing on how does she know that he knows? Like,
the brother forgive me.
Oh, big brother forgive me.
Yeah.
And he says it's all right now, but there's no point in the episode where she like has some realization or anything.
No.
Like
So okay. My personal take on this, and there's definitely an aspect of it where I'm reading into it a lot. I think that it's while it's not explicitly stated, so it's not like the only conclusion that can be drawn from it, I think it is a very valid interpretation based on what's here.
I think you're right in that's an interpretation. I'm just saying that there's a much easier one, which is she is begging for forgiveness because that's what she's thinking about at the moment. But whether or not she's communicating that or he's communicating that has nothing to do with whether or not it affects us, because we know the parallels what's going on here.
That's the most foundational and important thing, right?
Yeah.
The little optional cherry on top, interpretation bit that I'll throw in there is that this ended up becoming a cycle of her continuing to do this thing, because even though she felt bad about the action of the thing that she did, I'm going to guess that her doing this did not get her what she wanted, even with her brother.
Of course not.
No, right. But if it ended up even potentially making things worse, right, which I could totally see being the case, if Toga ended up finding out or guessing more or less what happened.
Yeah, I think he's smart enough to at this point have known what might have happened, but whether or not he's specifically so giga-brained because the cat came from Anthi. I don't think he manipulated this to be a thing where he's like, I'm going to use this instance set up with a cat so that this will end up making her then feel the trauma of that thing that she did way back when that I know about, so that I can then solidify my grip on her with the, it's okay. I forgive you for everything back then.
Definitely. But I could absolutely see him being the kind of person where it's the, okay, she did this thing. I hate her for it, but also that's a thing that I can then use to manipulate her potentially, because now that I will basically spurn her even more, she will then be more desperate for my affection, because this all started because she needed my affection and she wasn't getting it.
Right.
And then that's something where then, like, she's then more dependent on me essentially, and then I can have her do kind of whatever I need.
Yeah, but that was all done without him having to know that that she's apologizing for the cat in addition to that in this scene. That's just something he was doing throughout the entire episode despite that.
Right.
That's just a thing that's like all they would have had to do if they wanted to have that be the case, that she also knows that he's doing that, because I think it's more the thing of where...
Not that she knew that he was doing that to her because of all of that stuff necessarily.
No, but that he's implying that he knows about her killing the cat. All they would have needed to do to show that is just have her do a little bit of like a oh shit, like have a little bit of eyebrow raise, but they do no animation to focus on that. So I think it's more to the point that she's wrestling with all these emotions in her head there because he did manipulate this whole situation there. There is a decent likelihood that he knows about the cat disappeared one day.
Right.
And given that we've kind of ruled him into the shitty person category, it's not above him or beneath him, if you will, to have set this up to deliver maximum manipulation on Nanami. I just don't think that there's some telepathic communication going on right here outside of what we're getting to see as the audience by paralleling the, I regret what I did with the cat. I regret that I, basically went against you, brother, in this case. And then he kind of does the, positive reinforce to manipulate here.
Yeah, so even if she is apologizing and the apology is also kind of apologizing for the cat, even if she doesn't say it, that doesn't mean that she knows that his response to the apology is also for the cat, right?
Because in some ways it serves him nothing to address that anyway.
Absolutely. It doesn't change things for him either way. It's just as long as he understands her and her feelings, that means that he can make her dance on his puppet strings better.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, is that his manipulation was so good, he doesn't need to give her anything here.
Right. The variables don't matter. It's like it's the thing where you can have like the giga-brained, anime glasses reflecting, kind of a thing for like the perfect plan. And it's like, no, sometimes you don't actually need that, because the variables don't actually change the outcome and what you need to do to affect it to get that outcome, right?
Yeah.
It's just, okay, who knows what it actually was, what she's apologizing to.
Who knows what she's feeling or thinking in the moment.
Or why she's thinking or feeling it. I might just know that she's feeling these things, and I know how to work with it.
I know how to push her buttons. So
yeah, exactly.
This episode solidified him as the big, just horrible villain here. And not only that, but that Utena is completely unaware as to what's going on. And even more so, kind of surprisingly, no one in the story is aware of what's going on, really.
But I like that that's the case, though, because if anyone was aware, I feel like it would get out fairly quickly. Two, the way the episode started cleared that up for me in my mind.
Yeah.
Because even Saionji, even the guy that he actively backstabbed and got kicked out and all of this stuff, he still believes he's a friend, right? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm constantly making trouble for you. It's all my fault, right?
Saionji
like that's classic, like manipulator, abuser type situation. Yes, that too.
Yeah.
So that as a scene goes to show the way in which the president takes an immense amount of care with regards to his manipulations of other people, so that, because the true con man makes people believe that it was their idea, right? Like it's the, no, I didn't do this. I'm just one of the people that's here,
Right. Now, there was a person floating down from the sky for a second there.
It reminded me of the guy in Sailor Moon.
Yeah, that had a little bit of a cape here. Doesn't have to be a literal male, but I was just like seeing, like, it almost looked like a flower, but then it's no, that's a person with legs, arms, cape.
if there were to be an introduction of the actual prince from Utena's memory, this is how I would kind of expect it to happen. Mm-hmm. Not that I would know why it would be happening here or in this way, but...
Yeah, the main thing that I can think about is that there's some shenanigans that the president is pulling by manipulating who ends up with the rings and then forcing duels with Utena, because the duels are like fueling something or priming something. And given that Saionji's ring has had 3 now encounters with Utena, feels pointed. Like having the ring on Utena's finger light up seems to mean something like on a ritual level, but there's nothing unique about this fight really, other than it's something that was part of a recent change in the council.
Well, the one thing that I would say is kind of unique about this fight, and it's similar to the previous fight too, is that the rules of the duel were broken.
Well, yeah, but this happened before the rules were broken.
Oh, the
ring lighting up. This happened before the rules were broken.
I can't say anything with regards to that. You know, the rings probably are magical or special in some way, or
but that's what I'm focusing on. Is why did the person show up? Because it has nothing to do with the rules being broken. They've never done anything like this before.
Oh shoot! Oh yeah, did he start showing up before the rose was cut off?
No, well, yeah, that's what I was saying, is that this happened before the rules are broken. Mm-hmm. They're just fighting in general. And then the ring starts glowing.
Yeah. Huh.
Someone comes out of the castle here. President gets all excited, being like, oh, something's coming. And he, talks about how he's going to get the power of Dios or something like that, which is whatever is within Anthe. Mm-hmm. But who knows? Maybe this is something where, because the fight wasn't about Anthe, that in some ways they were fighting over the
president.
The president. That something was wrong with the fight in that way. So
sure,
who's to say?
Yeah.
But all right, that's interesting.
I also find it fun that the president hasn't been present for the other duels that have happened, right? For the most part.
Well, he's been spying on them.
No. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he would spy on them from far away.
He was doing his hilarious Dio thing. Being
like, on the wall of the castle. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's right. High enough up that he would see the thing there. It's just Utena. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to bring up how masterfully handled the birthday party scene was, where he's in his place of centered importance and everybody's here
home
and
turf.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's who's going to show up but Anthe and
Utena.
Utena. But he doesn't even address Anthe whole way through this. Anthe's the one with the actual gift here. Mm-hmm. Nope. Just immediately goes up to Utena, starts talking to her, laughs with that yes, you're giving me such joy by being here.
Right.
Just to make sure that Nanami's aware.
Mm-hmm.
And then his kind of I was just thinking it's typical for you to give a little disclaimer like that, and it's like,
that's so you, yeah.
Yeah, and yet I'm satisfied just with the fact that you came. And no answer for that. What does that mean? Well, because then this can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I find this hilarious, because Anthe ends up, of course, getting slapped, because that's what happens in this show.
Right.
But
she must get slapped. Whenever possible.
But specifically, Anthe is the one that has the gift that's going to trigger Nanami here. So it's that she's being so manipulated directly that she misses the forest for the trees of the thing that should actually be her threat,
Well, and that's one of the other things that I thought was kind of odd about this, is that in the episode where Nanami was introduced, she wasn't jealous of Utena originally. Nope. She was jealous of Anthe, because Anthe shows up and all of that, and then she makes her clothes dissolve and everything, and then Utena has to use the tablecloth to turn it into a gown, right? Mm-hmm. Since then, we see that the president is a bit more interested in Utena, but well,
that's because they've been dueling for the Rose Bride. That sounds like the kind of thing where it's a a woman that
Right.
the president wants.
He's
That's
constantly
not me.
thinking about her and talking about her because this girl showed up and is
It's so
changing
important.
everything right. Yeah.
No, it makes sense that she would be just on this chaotic warpath with just whoever happens to be in closest proximity, and there's no rhyme or reason as to why she switches targets other than, oh, you're 5 feet from the president, you're 7 feet from the president. Well,
You first, and then
just,
you.
Yeah, I'm just a NPC in a dungeon. Just oh, you're closest, just straight.
And that's why, even though I this has tarnished definitely my enjoyment of Nanami, because now I'll have to take her a bit more seriously and not just the wild, crazy chaos
tarnished.
that she has been. Yes, lowly tarnished.
Emboldened by the flame of incest.
Lowly tarnished, incest, golden red hair. It is just Elden Ring. But
that was self-cessed. I mean, spoiler alert,
wait, how did the president come about? What is the deal with their parents? They were introduced this episode. They weren't shown in detail, but
no, this is a story about high schoolers or junior
the parents
high schoolers,
don't
whatever.
really exist.
There are no adults here.
Yeah. But I still think that Nanami could go on an arc, and it could be a lot of fun.
Oh no, they're all going on arcs. Remember, this is a decently sized show.
Right.
We're in
Saionji's
episode
arc
10.
is this. President's arc is
No.
gonna be this.
Saionji's arc is this.
Yeah, he's gonna have that little concept.
And then off screen there'll be like
Right, exactly.
Like
he'll come back and he'll have like gone to a monastery and he'll be like, okay, I just realized that I had a lot of shit that I was,
Yeah, it'll be literally for the guy from Zootopia. I had a lot of self-hatred manifesting itself as unbridled rage.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just gonna be like beaten down boy. It's just like, I just wanted to be noticed by senpai, but I had to accept myself and who I am. And
I wasn't honest with my feelings, and because of that, I ended up,
I ended up being the very thing that I hated. So,
right.
Yeah.
He comes back and like gives Utena the inspiring word that she needs right when she needs it, because he just comes out of nowhere. Like, I'm finally.
What do you mean? He comes out of the closet, not out of nowhere. Like,
oh my God.
Like that's literally where he's gonna come out from.
No, a closet just gets shipped to the school, and then he steps out. Oh my God! And then he looks at Toga, and he's like, "I also realized that you're a really manipulative bastard, and
then the slaps.
I don't
his
need
way.
you." Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Ultimate happy ending.
Yeah, that would be impressive. That'd be the kind of
amazing.
shit that I 100% expect this show to do. But all right, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
Next time.